Christmas Day. This is a time when the love of God blankets the entire earth. And do you know why? I expected to see heads nodding. Of course I know why. We're celebrating a moment in time when the light of a Christ, Jesus Christ, penetrated the consciousness of race. And whether it was December 25th, doesn't matter. We have celebrated it on this day for a long time. So now it is this day that the ethers spin and our celebration goes up to this beautiful light being that came to live among us, but was one with us and was us. So the love of God just permeates all and every person and all energies that are open and receptive this day and during this season. So I know you've been feeling it, yes? Okay. In The Way of the Sun by White Eagle, I love this book. It talks about the various celebrations throughout the year. I understand it's out of print, though. White Eagle says that at Christmas, in particular, we need to become as little children and really begin to see Creator, Father, Mother, God as parent. That we need to become innocent and open and receptive. You know, we need to open our expectations to Spirit. Not just this or that, which we do every day of the year. This or that or this or that. You know, we're planning our path, we're living our world. And we may be dreaming things in, but we're dreaming in this or that or this or that. Do you see? But at Christmas we say, my father, my mother, bless me, just like the little child. Just bless me. And we should open our hearts and celebrate that. So, we are God's children and we are held in His presence. And even as we prepare as adults for the children in our family, you know all the details that you go through? God prepares a feast for us as well. Think about that. Think about all the energy and effort that you go get the perfect gift, to perfect wrapping paper, to spread yourself among all the family commitments that you have. All that energy multiplied exponentially is the energy of your spiritual family preparing this day for you. It's the energy of God preparing for you. Isn't that a wonderful thing to think about? Yeah. When our hearts open in love, we can actually receive more. And Christmas allows this receptivity to God. Our hearts open, our spiritual family gets busy, and we are blessed. So, from this vantage point, do you think we look like little children to them? Do you think they're just waiting for us to pay attention to something, or they're just waiting for us to open up so they can slide something in? Or to help us wake up a little bit so that we know that we're not alone, just to have a quickening mind. Seeing the beautiful things that come to us and not really understanding what is making it happen is so childlike. It's what our children do. Oh, the presents, Santa brought the presents, this is awesome. You see? Don't care what brought it, don't care the background. Santa's good, I'm good with Santa, you know. I had a slightly different relationship. I had a child who was different. And I've shared with you about his first letter to Santa. When he was little, you know, I left his dad on his second birthday. So I do not know how to do Christmas with children. And so, because remember, I didn't have such celebrated ones as a child. So I said, we're going to learn how to write letters to Santa. We're going to do this. So I sat him down. He was 3. Dear Santa, I want a micro machine and a little truck. My mom will send a check. He's already figured stuff out. And I think it was that same Christmas, you know, because we had bought presents for his grandparents and stuff. It was the same Christmas when he got up, Christmas morning at our house, and he goes, Mom, I swear he said this, Mom, Santa uses the same wrapping paper we do. And I went, yes, he does. And from that point forward, forward, I knew there was no stories that I could perpetuate with this child. But I want you to hear the story, is he was looking beyond what was happening. Well, this does not make sense to me. Something else is going on that I'm not aware of. You see? He was peeling back the illusion a little bit so he could see something different. And how often, when something absolutely fantastic happens to us during the Christmas season, do we go, I know that was you, God? Or do we just roll on? You know? Do we ever peel back our awareness just to say, I myself could not have created that. Something is up here. If we look at our spiritual family in those eyes, that beautiful collective love that surrounds us, there is so much more that we can receive. Okay. The spiritual energy that goes into bringing our joy is immense. And when we awaken to the details, we can probably see it as well. It wasn't us that found that perfect gift or made that perfect connection. Have you already had a miracle experience? We had one the other day, saw someone we have not seen in 10 years. They were on the wrong side of town. I'd stopped for coffee. If we hadn't stopped for coffee, we never would have seen them. And it was a beautiful encounter. And I just went and said, that was God. That was God right there. The Christmas angels are with us, and we must look beautiful to them as they're sharing their love and putting us where we need to be. Don't you think? We must look like beautiful children. So, on Sundays, it's easy to talk about our human natures, during the year. We talk about our trials and how to be better. But how do you speak of that perfect love? How can we define that love that's around us right now and that's been guiding us? How can we even give words to it? God energy is fully expressing through that energy into our human form. And we can receive it, but it's very difficult to understand it. One of the common comments I get when I talk with someone that's crossed over to the other side, they've died, is, it's amazing. Oh my God, it's amazing. Like, why did I wait? This is awesome. And then they'll figure out what they need to do, and then they'll want to come back and do it again. But they move into this space of seeing the divine that has supported them, and the love and the peace. Does that make sense? And we just want to try to start opening our eyes to see that while we're here. We can talk about what we see, but it's hard to talk about what we don't see. So, when Jesus came, his message was very simple. It was to change. It was to turn. Turn back. Turn back to what you already are. It wasn't be any different. Don't make yourself into something you're not. Turn back to what you are, a child of God. The whole message was that God is your father and your mother. So, I want to talk about him for just a second. Again, perfection coming to the earth and expressing through the human body. Perfection coming to the earth and expressing. Don't you think that was a wonderful experience just to watch that child, just to see him? When he was little, I don't remember exactly who named him this, but they all called him the day star from on high. When he was just teeny and studying in the Jewish faith. And when he was 12 years old, he was actually introduced as the day star from on high by the rabbi when Ravana, a priest from India, came through. And that name stuck with him his whole life, the day star from on high. He was fully visible. He was a sun, and you could see the impact. He was not a mysterious star in the night sky. He was a life-giving, life-emitting essence, an energy of love. And it affected everybody. The light did not follow him, it flowed through him. The light flowed through him. Yet, he too was being guided by this awesome spiritual team. Do you realize how many people were in play during his life? his spiritual team had to get him in a space to meet some of his teachers, to take him to the various countries. All the masters that taught him had to hear of him, had to have the message in their heart. You need to bring this child into your world and teach him. All of this was being done by this massive spiritual team working in the inner realm to guide this child to continue to express. It was amazing. The beautiful energy of love pouring through mankind and pouring through all that were around him, not just him. The light flowed through him, but it flowed to those that needed to be in place. Do you ever wonder why you're in a certain place at a certain time? And you might complain a minute? And then you might realize that you are playing a role for someone else, and you are being a spiritual blessing. And what is the law? As you give, so you shall receive. If you are a blessing, you are being blessed. You may not see it, but it will come. Do you see? Can you get the picture of this beautiful light around us? All right. At his birth, they say that Jesus was a pattern for us to follow. So let's look at it for just a second. At his birth, the world had been waiting. The world was in chaos. The world had destroyed itself 3 or 4 times already. And I mean literally destroyed itself, and I'm talking global destruction. And they were on the precipice of, again, discounting and annihilating whole cultures. So they were no longer a part of the globe. It was a very, very challenged time. And we were leaving the era of Aries, which is all about me. And if everybody's all about themselves, what are we going to have? Conflict, struggle. We were moving into this beautiful era of we needed to remember about God. And so Jesus Christ brought this energy down into a space where it was desperately needed. The time was perfect for it. And the world had been waiting. Some, the Essenes, waited consciously asking for that deliverer that they had told would come. They were told he would come. The others were waiting by the very fact if we don't, something doesn't happen, we're going to destroy ourselves again. We're on the precipice of this. And so we need an influx of something. And so this teeny child, this spirit and teeny baby came forth. And the one thing about Jesus' birth is he was recognized. In the stories, we have the shepherds being told, we have the wise men coming, we have Simeon. Do you remember him when Mary had the baby and Jesus was 40 days old? And she took him to the temple for him to be blessed at some level. And this old man, priest, was there, and he said, he asked God, don't let me die until I see he did not use the word Savior or Redeemer, but the one we have been looking for. I want to see him before I die. And he saw the baby, and he took the baby out of Mary's arms, and he said, this is him. The signet is on his forehead. This is the one who will bring a sword that will bring peace. And then he said, I can die now, I've seen him. He was recognized. And there was the older woman that was there as well, 84 years old, and she saw the mark on him, the energy of him. And she said, this is child of God. Remember, she got on a knee to worship him, and the angel came and said, don't worship him. The angel said, don't worship him. Worship God. He is child of God. Come to show you the way. Come to bring the light what you need, but don't worship him. We forgot that, didn't we? So the baby was born, and the baby was fully recognized. And the thing that we also tend to forget about the pattern that he brought, well, let's go back to recognition for a minute. Do you recognize yourself? Yeah. Do you recognize the Christ within? Do you let other people recognize it? Or do you have a little lampshade that you put on every time you go out? Or something over your heart? Allow yourselves to be recognized. The pattern. The second aspect of the pattern that Spirit wanted me to bring up, because it's multi-layered, but just at the birth, Do you know what the wise men brought him? Frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Do you know that frankincense was used for healing and was more valuable than gold? You could sell frankincense and make more money. You could sell myrrh and make money. They brought to the child frankincense, myrrh, and gold for his physical support in the physical world. Do you understand? The parents now had money. And they didn't say to the mom and dad, put this in a reserved account and let him have it at 21. No, it was for the sustenance of the Christ. It was for the sustenance of the baby. All manner of what we need physically in the form of money. Now, it could have been like a baby shower. Here's some clothes, some diapers, and some food. It didn't come that way. It was financial support for the parents to take care of the child, whatever needed to happen. Do you hear? Whatever needed to happen. We don't have to have needs to have God bless us with prosperity. Do you understand? We can be blessed with prosperity. But how many of us create a need? Oh, I need diapers. Oh, I'm going to need some formula. I just am open to be supported. Prosperity. And I imagine that what they gave was a massive fortune. Even small amounts were extremely valuable. Now, recognizing the Christ and being supported massively by prosperity on this planet. Are we at that point yet? Have we done that yet? Are we at step 2 yet? And it doesn't mean that you have to have a bunch of money in the bank. It means that you remember the definition of prosperity. I can have whatever I want, whenever I want, because I'm working with God. And it'll happen. See? Okay. And he was loved. Jesus was loved. 3 simple things. Jesus was loved. He was loved by everyone who saw him because they saw the light in him. Think about most babies when you see them. Do you love them? And also, have you seen a baby that repels you?
No.
Well, sometimes they will. They'll go, I don't like you. You can go, ah, and they go, no, back off. You're not the mama, and you're not my energy, so go away. That can happen, but what is our natural instinct? To love.
Yes.
And if our natural instinct is to love, why are we so afraid to be loved? Do you ever block someone's love? Back off. Don't come near me. I just wanted to, I like your energy. Yeah, it's mine. To be loved. To let your light be recognized. To allow the world to support you. And to allow yourself to be loved. If we did those 3 small, tiny things, do you think we might be lifted up to become aware of the vast spiritual family that takes care of us? Do you think we might see things differently or be more aware of what is really happening behind the scenes? Because we're allowing it into our world consciously. Consciously. You know, the whole thing about waking up is waking up. You can't change if you don't wake up. You know, we can't remember if we don't wake up. We can't receive if we don't wake up. We'll keep doing what we've always done. And how much greater is there for us? Allow ourselves to be seen. Allow spirit to move through matter to support your needs. And again, there's two of you out here that need to hear this again. Allow spirit to move through matter to support your needs. And this means you do not earn by the sweat of your brow. For whoever 2 of you that is. That means as you share your time and talent with the world, you know you're going to be compensated and blessed. The world is going to return to you. As you share it openly and freely, the world will return it multiplied. And I don't mean world, I mean our spiritual family through matter. You see? All right. And let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved without debt. Oh, if you're going to love me, okay, I'll owe you. Okay, yeah, I'll take some love. I'll put my I owe you here, and I'll get it back to you later. When you're feeling sad and somebody gives you a hug, do you automatically say, oh, I owe them something now? No. Good. Some people do. We need to love without debt or condition. Can you just color that love a little bit? I'll take it then. You know, without debt and without condition. I am willing to be loved, and I'm willing to love. All right. Every Christmas, we should be brighter than the one before. Every Christmas, we should have walked. I'm not saying I'm just going to use the word anyway. We should have walked a path, be it challenged, be it difficult. I know 2016 was difficult for many of us, be it whatever, but when we arrive at that moment when we're crescendoing into the Christ consciousness yet again, we should be able to stand before Creator and say, I am brighter. I'm brighter, and I've had a heck of a time getting here.
Yep.
But I am brighter. I'm brighter. And I've tried to love my brothers, and I've tried to do good in the world, and I've tried to hold your light and the peace and the brotherhood of mankind in my consciousness. And we say all those things to Creator. But how about this year, as we do 2017, and we have our Christmas 2017, how about we can stand in front of Creator and we can say, God, my Father, my Mother, I'm brighter. I allowed my light to be seen. I recognized my light. I let your love support me in prosperity and matter. And I allowed myself to be loved. How about if we could say those things through this coming year? Do you think our energy would be, whoa? I think we'd be the stars. We would be the day star. We would be in training to be the day star from on high.
Oh, yeah.
But we would be the day star. Do you see this slight shift in the pattern? Jesus Christ never proved anything. He simply was. He loved and he received love. He let love flow. He shared it. He didn't prove it. Does this sound like a good Christmas pattern to start? Recognize your light. Allow the universe to support you. Come on, frankincense, myrrh, and gold. I'm ready. Not diapers. Formula. And I'm ready to be loved. It's a beautiful pattern. It's a beautiful day. And can you feel the angels going, yes? And then you'll see us. You'll see all the fun things we do for you. They're like the parents that get together and put your Christmas stuff, and you never know how much labor went into putting that back together. Because you just get on it and ride.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, well, let's take this within an anchor. Father, Mother, God, we love you so. We just feel that spiritual family. All of our teams, there are no words for the energy that surrounds us. And we are so grateful for that love and that protection, that guidance and that peace. Father, Mother, God, open our hearts. Breathe and just imagine a column of light over you where you are safe. Notice the color. You may have chosen a healing color or it may be your own essence that you see. And I would like for you to invite in or image in a presence of Jesus the Christ standing in front of you. As if you can look him right in the eye. As if you can take him by the hand. And let him take your hands and see the love and the wisdom in his eyes. And feel the truth. Yes, it was amazing when he was born through the heavy race consciousness of man. It was amazing. And feel his love. And yet it is amazing when you touch God. When your heart reaches up and you are one with God. Allow the love of Jesus Christ to flow to you and through you now. I am ready to be loved. And let it begin to fill your ark space to overflowing. Focus back on the presence of Jesus Christ. You may sense, feel, or see. Become aware of his delight in just being with you. And send your gratitude. And now lift up into a beautiful space. Let the Christ lift you up into a space that opens, and just become aware of all your angels, guides, and teachers. Celebrating your light. Just lift up and see the great celebration. Heaven on earth through you, through Jesus, through your love. And thank them. And send your Merry Christmas love and your prayer to them. I am willing to be a part of this team and to receive all that is there for me. In your mind's eye, just place your hand on your heart center, your heart chakra, and just say, I am a beloved child of God. I walk with Jesus Christ, and I am loved. Father, Mother God, please bless everyone here with peace and joy. And let us take that Merry Christmas into the cells of our bodies. Breathe. Let your focus come back down the column of light, back into your chair. And just love yourself for a moment. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Life is good.
Yes.
Life is fabulous. 2017. I'm going to be shining bright. Say yay, God.
Yeah.